Hey folks, my name is Darius Goodall, Senior Director of Marketing here at Fortinet. And on behalf of Fortinet, I hope you guys are really enjoying these channel clinics. Today I want to talk to you about something a little bit different. I want to talk to you about a great opportunity to boost some of your business, which is always a good thing. That is all around essentially the Fortinet Trade Up program. It's a new program that we launched around about October, November time of last year. And so if you haven't already dived into this, this is a great opportunity for you to begin that journey and start to drum up some extra business. Who wouldn't like that? All right, with that, let's tuck into this. All right, what is the Trade Up program? Very simply, it deals with getting end-of-life units out of the field and replacing them with the latest and greatest technology, whether that's an equivalent product or whether you see an opportunity to do a trade up truly, or a cross-sell or upsell opportunity, as the case may be. All right, so why do you care? If you're like me, you're always looking for that next opportunity to go and re-engage with a customer, all right? And this is definitely one of those opportunities. It's a new opportunity for that. It allows you to stay up to speed with your customers' needs and demands because they're ever changing. They're always adding an application, moving an employee, adding another office or something like that. Whatever it is, you can pretty much guarantee the attack surface has changed a little bit, and every time that changes, there's a new opportunity for you to go back in and either just do a trade up or indeed do a cross-sell or upsell, all right? Now, let's talk about why this is such a great opportunity for you. Basically, or in a nutshell, it's because we give you such great discounts. 50% off to you, the partner, and you can share that with your customer as an incentive as well. Now, what I will say is that it's not just on the actual product as well. It applies to all the products in our EOL list, whether they are software or hardware related, and we do have both on there. But it also applies to the services that have been applied to those products as well, all right? Or that you are going to apply to the new products as well. So it's a great opportunity, great value, and of course, if nothing else, it keeps your customers' eyes on you so that they don't stray and get distracted by other or lesser solutions, so to speak. All right, so let's dive into this. What I've done is I've broken it down to you into three very simple steps. The first step, find the opportunity. Second step, register the deal. Third step, close the deal. Couldn't be simpler, all right? So let's get tucked into number one. In order to get going over here, the first thing you'll need is access to the partner portal. Of course, you as a partner definitely have the rights and privileges to go have a partner portal account. If you yourself do not have one, then go to your designated person or contact at your organization and get them to provide you with access, all right? Once you've actually got access into the partner portal, what you want to do is navigate over to the top left-hand corner where you'll see a menu item called Renewal Assets. Click on that, and much like you do with any other renewal, be it software or services, then you want to click on Upcoming Renewals. Once you get in there, you'll be faced with a number of search criteria. Now, here's the point in this. You want to be looking forward around about 6 months. The reason for that is you want to get into your customer's buying cycle, all right, to understand their budget cycle as well. And on top of that, the other thing is as well, Fortinet is constantly, or on occasion, expires products, all right? So you want to be looking forward to make sure that those products are coming up for renewal and where they actually exist in your customers' deployments as well. Now, this is not a one and done. Like I said, we're retiring products as we go, and so you need to make a habit of coming back into the partner portal and running this process perhaps every quarter so that you can get an idea if anything new has popped up, giving you the opportunity to go back and talk to that customer. Now, once you've run that report and set your time frame there, you'll end up with something that looks a little bit like this, where the most important notable piece of this is that on the right-hand side column, you'll see a new status there, which is trade up eligibility. And the ones that you want, obviously, are the ones that are marked yes. Once you've got this sheet, or once you've got this report over here, you can actually export it to an Excel spreadsheet, give that to your salespeople. That's your target list. That's your opportunity to get these trade ups going with your customers. All right, so let's pause there a little bit and talk a little bit about eligibility before we go any further. 3 things you need to remember. First, end of order units. They're all in the trade up matrix. To be able to get to that trade up matrix to find out which ones are eligible and how you go from one product to the next product in terms of the trade up, navigate to the partner portal. Under sales and marketing menu, you'll see the trade up program in there. Inside that part of the portal is everything you need to know about trade up, including a step-by-step process, stepping through all the different screenshots of what you will be faced with when you actually go through this process. I am just abbreviating it here because I don't need you to remember everything right now, but I'm just going to hit the highlights for you. Second point you need to remember, it has to have had, the product that you're trading up has to have had a valid subscription within the last 12 months. It cannot have lapsed, all right? That's a requirement, all right? So it stops people from going back deep into their spares cupboard and then going and digging out old products that might have expired in there that are ineligible and not in service, all right? And then, of course, it goes without saying that a product can only be traded up once, whether it's hardware or software, all right? Once we actually go through the trade-up process, we tag that product as being traded up, and that means that it's no longer eligible for service and software updates as we go forward. So strongly recommended that what you do is you go back into the customer, pull that unit out or that piece of software out, whatever it is, and discard it, send it to the recycle pile because it's not going to be doing anything else that maintains its status. On the right hand side of the screen over here, you can see in the partner portal when you navigate to the trade up program, the matrix which is there. As you can see, it's not just for our 40 gates. It applies to a whole swathe of products, including software, management platform, switches, APs, the whole lot, all right? So there's great opportunity for you to go hunting in there. Right, let me double click onto that trade up matrix a little bit. As you scroll down the screen, I'm going to give you an example of the network security products matrix. And we're going to work through a little example over here, all right? So let's say you have a customer with a 70D. As you move across the screen, what you can see is, first of all, the equivalent product of the 70D. That's the 60F, 61, and 80F, all right? Now, so that's if the customer has not grown or has got extra or greater requirements since they deployed their 70D. Of course, we're not saying that you have to follow this matrix. There is a lot more flexibility into that. You can go from a 70D, and because you haven't engaged with them for a while, they might need or be worthy of a 100D. That's okay, and the discounts still apply. In actual fact, you can go from a 70D to a 1200F, for example, which is a massive jump, and you'd still get that 50% discount. The second thing that this matrix tells you, or more pertinently tells you, is the transfer of service, or it implies the transfer of service. In other words, if I had my 70D and I had, let's say, 6 months of remaining service on that 70D, I could transfer that service to a 60F or a 61 or an 80F. That's fine. But you cannot transfer any remaining service to any other product on here, such as, let's say, the 100E that they're looking to go to. In which case, you would pretty much let the service lapse on the other product and take up new service on the 100E. But you'll still get 50% discount on the new service that you apply to that 100E. Very, very important, okay? So it tells you two things: like-for-like products, and if you don't want to go like-for-like, what are the services as well that are eligible for transfer of services, okay? So with that, let's have a look at a quick example. Let's summarize that again. We've got this 60D customer over here. He doesn't want to transfer services. He can go to any product he likes, or he or she likes. If they do want to transfer services and maintain those services, or even add more services, then they can transfer them to the equivalent product, which is the 60F or 61F in this case, all right? So then when you've done the transfer, you take the old 6 months of the 60D, and then you can add on whatever service you want on top of that and still get 50% discount across the board. Okay, got it? Let's move on. Now let's register the trade up deal. Now, hopefully you've had the great opportunity to be registering a ton of deal registrations. The good news is this process is very similar to the deal registrations. All right. In actual fact, it follows the same thing. You go into manage opportunities, and in there you'll find deal registration. This screen then pops up, and all you need to do is check that box that says, is this a trade up opportunity? Once you check that box, you're then going to follow through everything that ensues. All right. I'm not going to go through that in detail right now, but essentially what happens is you will end up with a trade up ID. And that trade up ID is a unique identifier that identifies the products that have been traded up and makes sure that you're eligible for your 50% discount. All right. So again, what I would say at this point in time is when you go through the process, you'll become familiar with it, and you'll see, if you get lost, there is always the partner portal to help you with the step-by-step stages. But once you get that trade-up ID, you're in business, all right? Then it's time to close the deal. Take advantage of all the other resources that you've got on the partner portal that gets you up to speed with any of the new solutions should you be looking for a cross-sell or an upsell opportunity above and beyond just the trade-up. Utilize the solution hubs for enablement of yourself and your sales teams, all right? And then, of course, very importantly, and actually probably most importantly, is make sure that you drop in on the 40 rewards section of the partner portal to make sure that you are taking advantage of any or all promotions or discounts that might be eligible to you as part of a cross-sell or upsell opportunity. All right. So with that, if you're ready to get started, then the first place for you to go to is, like I said, the partner portal. All right, get in there, familiarize yourself, and read through some of the assets. It's really not that complicated. It's a pretty simple process, but your journey begins at the partner portal. All right, in there you'll find all of the questions to your answers and your customers' questions. That include transfer of services, the eligibility of products, and so on. Right? There's brochures in there that you can pass on to your customers, and so on as well. All right. With that, really was super simple. I hope you'll agree. It's a great opportunity. It's had huge traction with us over here, and with our partners, and with our customers. And now all that remains is for you to get stuck into it and start to see the benefit of the Fortinet Trade Up program as well. Thank you very much.